LBVEU, wanting to share with everyone that they ate a barbecue. I'm actually pretty jealous. Not that my microwave burrito was bad or anything, but it's not barbecue. There we go. Valkyrie remembering at the last second to put the band selector into the top slot. Now we're just waiting on flight risk. Not sure if somebody had to step away. They are playing games back to back here. It's not too surprising if someone needs a moment. Hey, looks like both sides are ready. And they're getting Palm Bay off the random. Congratulations, Evie. You get your thing. Valkyrie taking out Norn like they've done, if not every game, nearly every game. Norn is just so strong. If you're not running one, it's a very easy ban. Especially on a Palm Bay where you don't want to run a Falcon. I think FNE learned that the hard way earlier. Okay.
Proceed to select striker.
Viper's taking out Serenith. Serenith very strong playing on Palm Bay, being able to blast those dinos and also walk the dog. Not seeing any surprises here. Got the Valkyrie running the double Dino, Inferno, Frere, Welkin, Pinaka, which we saw them do playing into Gamba. And then Flight Risk running Alley, Mickey, Hell, Tricera, Pinaka, Welkin. I'm not sure if I've seen Flight Risk on Palm Bay today, but this is a very standard comp to be running. This is actually, I think, the exact comp Fear No Evil ran on Palm Bay earlier. Oh no, that was with an Aquila instead of a Hell. Picks are final. Hopefully everyone loads in time.
Prepare to engage.
It looks like we do have a black
Objective,
screen.
capture consoles and guide payload to destination.
Unfortunate.
MVP. Thanks for falling for Hell's magic tricks.
Seizure, assuming that they do want to keep picks and bans, it is Flight Risk's choice whether to keep it or not. But if they do want to keep it, then for this one, turn off bans and kick the timer down to 60. Just no reason to wait that extra minute when everyone's doing the same thing.
Roger.
Valkyrie ready. And Flight Risk did choose to keep the picks and bans. Oh, Seizure, don't forget to set the map.
Oh yeah, good catch, thank you. was Palm Bay, right?
Yes.
Sweet.
Okay, looks like they're ready to go. Just grab the picture the mechs people are supposed to be on, because I forgot to take a picture at the start.
I have a picture at the start.
Oh, okay, great.
Uploaded in the...
Yeah, I've forgotten just about every time now, so I've just had to write the bands in by hand. Thankfully, I remember them.
Yep, everyone's matching up what they had before.
Incidentally, if anyone's curious, the reason why the non-resetting team gets to choose about full reset versus keeping the same strikers, it's that I don't want anyone to try to reset just to get time to strategize. If there's a risk of everything just getting mixed up on you, then that's going to be very discouraged. Guys, this is still the first game. They needed to do a reset because Thrax had a black screen.
Prepare to engage. Objective: capture consoles and guide payload to destination.
Flight risk pushing out, but staying on their side of the map. Nope, never mind. DX Omega going for a little trip here.
Console A activates in 20 seconds.
Trying to find somebody to grab. Oh, kidnapping the Tricera, bringing it back home.
Subtask.
That is a dead trike. Starting off strong, they should have a pretty easy time taking this point. It looks like Valkyrie is not even really contesting it, considering that they are down their Tricera. And I froze up for a sec while the Frere died, so I didn't get to see what happened. And that is Stego looking real low to the Mickey. Valkyrie getting pushed back into their spawn, trying to just set this up, reset, get everyone healed up, and then they'll feel comfortable pushing back out again. And Tricera gets kidnapped a second time. Not having your own Mickey or some sort of stun option to stop Mickey from just grabbing your dino and going home with it is definitely going to be rough. I'm pretty sure when we saw that comp before, Mickey had been taken off the table, which is why it wasn't so much of a concern. Now, Valkyrie going to have a very hard time contesting the point. Oh, and they lost their Panaka in the attempt. This is 100% Flight Risk's point. they do lose their Tricera for it, though. Mickey trying to sit on the cart, but Mickey's a little bit slippery, having a bit of trouble with it. Tricera's coming back in, so now they're moving for a kill. And taking out that Tricera again. Thrax is not having a good game. Freyr moving in on this hell, that would be very big for them if they're able to pull this off. But already having wings active, you can't activate wings to purge the trap, and just trapped and zap. Ooh, Fred taking a lot of damage, but it is Elysinus. It has another suit. And that is Allie going down, but ooh, this red cart is very far behind. They have to just let it go and move for C now. And Tricera getting kidnapped again. There's so little Tricera can do about that. Except for just try to survive on the other end. Eating a lot of hurt. Tanaka is up, but not able to get there in time. They're making some contest on the point, but not enough. Just not enough presence without the Tricera there. And then Tricera is having such a hard time staying alive. Nice escape from Cheese Lord. Very nice, slipping away from that welcome. Tanaka down at the moment. Can Omega and Cheese Lord hang on long enough? Ooh, Tanaka very much has its work cut out for him. Get that bubble out. Try to... Oh, immediately taken down by the Frere and Stego. That is unfortunate for flight risk, but... Ooh, Valkyrie has a long road ahead if they're going to come back. I certainly won't count them out, especially looking at field position right now, but Flight Risk can afford to do a full reset and still have enough time. Naka dropping in, they get a little bit of push. Getting some heal on Omega, but he does eventually go down. Valkyrie is really pulling this together. But it's just a question of if it's been too late, if this is something that's recoverable or not. This time, Freyr able to get out of the traps. Low getting a lot of hurt. Tricera getting kidnapped yet again. Oh, never mind. That was Stego, I think, getting kidnapped. They are catching up pretty well, but now Flight Risk has been able to do that reset and recover their position onto the cart. Blasting away at Avocato, who is just barely able to hang in to give Flight Risk a very decisive victory over Valkyrie. And yeah, Chet, I agree. My team's doctrine says Mickey is a mandatory pick or ban on cart push. That Mickey was able to just ruin Thrax's day. Just pick him up, run off with him, put him in the Welkin box, and dead. Valkyrie's Pinaka actually did out-heal Honkshu pretty significantly, but it was not nearly enough to keep them alive. Not with the amount of damage that Flight Risk could put out. Valkyrie taking us to Stella? It feels like everyone prefers Stella now. Last tournament we were always seeing Cape Blanc as the observatory of choice. And during the Palm Bay incident, come to think of it. So, yes, that means we did just see our very last Palm Bay of the tournament. No more Palm Bays. It looks like Valkyrie is swapping in Starro and Sentient. I think this is my first time, at least, seeing Starro this tournament. It looks like Flight Risk is bringing in Killer HUD. Not sure who they'll take out for him. Yes, Millennium, indeed. Boom Baby Harbor. I will never forget that, no matter how much I may want to. Okay, swapping out Honkshu for Killer. I think it's pretty safe to assume they're going for another kill comp again. wasn't what I wanted to... Okay, both teams are ready. So here we go, Stella Observatory.
Proceed to ban striker.
Flight Risk taking Welkin off the table again. Looks like they're hoping for that double sniper they did before. Let's see what Valkyrie chooses to ban playing into that. Norn, not letting them get that same double sniper they did before.
Proceed to select striker.
I'm kind of expecting to see a Narukami instead, with the same overall composition. Hmm? Oh, no. Serenith. Valkyrie's side doing that Pinaka Tricera combo again with the staple picks for the map of Serenith, Inferno, Alphard, Freyr. And Flight Risk seems to have decided that this is what they're running with. The Aquila, Falcon, Elysinus, Serenith, Mickey, Skyraider. Compared to what they had before, I think it's that here they have a Mikilja instead of the Norn from their game with Gamba.
Prepare to engage.
Objective: dismantle Korite extractors to prevent Korite pulse storm.
Skyraider putting in some good damage. Using that point defense to try to cover Avocado a bit.
Korite extractor deployed.
Valkyrie is set up on point, but not getting a chance to do anything about it. Ooh. And J.O.'s Serenith focused down and taken out very quickly. The X-Omega's Makilja's about to come down too, it looks like. That's going to be trouble for them. And Freyr manages to take that point while Flight Risk is distracted.
Corite extractor deploys in 10 seconds. Corite extractor deployed.
Abby taking a mag dump on him. Moving out to keep an eye on the point. Suit here. Flight Risk is down 2 again at B point, while A point is going to be up any moment now. Alphard at A and Ebby's Aquila to keep it company. Go to temp, but the point gets dive bombed. So 2v1 on A. Or Ebby going for the execute. You son of a bitch, Ebby. That was a point for Flight Risk. Prayer putting some real hurt into DX Omega's Makilja here. That is probably dead.
Assist.
Yep, and that is a kill.
Enemy down. Corite extractor deploys in 10 seconds. Corite extractor deploys in 10 seconds.
Some real hurt into the Panaka, but it does survive.
Enemy
Ooh,
down.
trike on point. Hope someone else is going to be available to help deal with that one.
Corite
And yes, there was. Wait. Wait, Valkyrie got that one?
Corite extractor dismantled by enemy.
I really want to know how that happened. Must have snuck it with Serenet. Yeah. Cannot blame Flight Risk for missing that one. I was watching it too, and I did not see it happen. Trying to just get that trike down before the point comes up. Yeah. And there goes Tricera. So, no trike to distract during cap. Actually starting to get a pretty good stagger going here. But are they on point?
Corite extractor deploys in 10 seconds.
Yes, they are on point. Thrifty is not getting that one uncontested. So, looks like, maybe Killer... Nope, both points are being contested pretty seriously. But that is a point to Flight Risk, taking out Rifty. Starro over here being held together with prayers and duct tape. And ran out of duct tape.
Dismantling Corite extractor. Assist.
And that is now Flight Risk in the lead. Tanaka Trike duo is hard to deal with, but they are slowly out-damaging Tanaka's healing. and grabbed into dead. The toss into that energy missile is just a brutal amount of damage.
Enemy down. Corite extractor deployed.
Set up on this A point. Valkyrie's having a little trouble getting over there with the heavier team, but they are looking like they're getting there in time.
Corite extractor deployed. Corite extractor dismantled.
And they pick up the off point. Looks like not too much of a contest over there. With the Alphard down and only one flyer on the team, it is very difficult for Valkyrie to contest the side point in that situation.
Assist.
And that is Inferno going down right before Big Point. That is rough. If they take out Panaka here too, it's going to be nearly impossible for Valkyrie to pull this off. Oh, and losing Serenit.
Assist.
Oof.
Large Corite extractor
Yeah,
deployed.
they're down 3 coming into Big Point, and Inferno is trailing pretty far behind on top of it.
Dismantling Corite extractor.
Prayer does make it to the fight, but just making it a bit late. The rest of Valkyrie's spawned back in. They can still do this,
Dismantling Corite extractor.
but it's just going to be very difficult for them. They have to get back in formation. They're probably losing this Tricera, yet losing the Tricera before the rest of the team shows up. Alphard going down as well. It is a 4v4 with Pred spawning back in very soon, a 5v4. The Serenith at least is down for a while, so that's a little bit of breathing room for Valkyrie. A lot of damage going in here. Advocato going down along with their Falcon at the same time. They are now 4 down. It is just Sky Raider and Mickey trying to hold the point. But the point expires. They do manage to stall that out. And now they're hiding. Delaying spawn as much as they can so they can at least have 5 people on the field. Mickey is just too staggered for that, but eating that stagger to save the big point from being captured is entirely worth it. Unfortunately, flight risk is sort of spread all over the place. They are more mobile, however, so it's not nearly as bad as it would have been for the heavier team.
Deployed in 10 seconds. Assist.
Okay. And that is Frere going down for Valkyrie. And Tanaka fighting for its life here while also trying to fight for Tricera's life. They do manage to get that B point. Staying alive for the moment, getting forced well out of position. And getting chased down. So they no longer have that Panaka to support the Tricera, which means flight risk is going to be going in on it. Serenit takes another point. Just while they're trying to get these kills off, Serenit has been racking up the points. And there is Tricera going down. That's going to be a very solid stagger between the Tricera and the Panaka. Not something you want to see. But at the same time, it might be that nothing matters except Serenith on this one. Ooh, Pred is running a little late out to point. Does make it in time. But, ooh, that was spicy. Drop a bomb there, not letting him take it for right now. Now, Flight Risk can win this just by stalling out the next 20 seconds, but who do they have at A? They had Serenith at A, taking it. The game is going to Flight Risk. Incredibly close, incredibly well fought by Valkyrie with that comeback. And there we go, another game to Flight Risk. Flight Risk just needs one more in order to get the reset, at which point they will again need to play a first to 3. Or maybe we see Valkyrie pulling off a reverse sweep here. Pinaka not showing those repair numbers like we've been seeing in previous observatory games. Flight Risk was doing a very good job just focusing it down, not letting it keep the others alive. And not only is there more DPS just from not having a healer, but Flight Risk is posting significantly higher damage numbers on top of it. Looks like the big difference was just the raw amount of damage Flight Risk was putting out compared to Valkyrie.
Just double checking, Valkyrie gets the map pick right as the loser of the
Yes.
round 2?
Yes. I need to slip away for a sec to feed this meow meow. But by all means, start without me.
Roger, roger.
I'm back. Eyes. Yeah, yes, it is 2 BO5s. Okay. Here we are, going into Longmen. A little surprising, considering that the Palm Bay went fairly lopsided in Flight Risk's favor, that Valkyrie wants to try to do the run back. But maybe they think they figured out the trick to it. Wonder if they're actually thinking of a Tricera ban that's not actually crazy on a cart push. I don't know if it's what I would do, but... And taking out Aquila. Taking out Aquila instead of Norn. Okay. Okay. Valkyrie certainly learning from their mistake in that, pulling out that Makilja. Single Dino, they're choosing to keep the Stego over the Tricera. Then Norn showing up on both sides. Pred busting out that Sky Raider. That's gonna be a little rough for Stego to deal with. With the... Okay, so I don't know how it's looking for you, Seizure, but for me, I see 2 Infernos on Valkyrie's team. I'm pretty sure you didn't have duplicate strikers on. I'm actually pretty sure it's not even
Looks like
possible with
is it a
spectators on.
Tricera, or is your screen different?
My screen is showing 2 Infernos.
Oh. On my screen, I don't have 2 Infernos. So maybe I'll just
one
render...
Inferno, one Tricera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. In which case, I think the only difference between the teams is the Sky Raider versus the Inferno. Little interesting they're choosing to run the Sky Raider here when they didn't on Longman, or on Palm Bay, because the general consensus is that Sky Raider is only a Palm Bay pick. So, on the other hand, the general consensus is that Pred breaks all of the rules when it comes to picking Sky Raider. So, it could just be that Pred diff. sides playing this pretty defensively off the start. Nobody deciding to do a cheeky pull around. Ooh. Thrifty catching Omega, trying to do a cheeky pull around. Omega does barely survive.
Subtask. Capture console A before the enemy.
Ooh, and Thrax's Norn goes... Oh, Norn trade. Okay then. This point really could go for anyone. Light Risk slowly taking an edge. Very, very slowly though. And now two Norns are in play, but Pinaka goes down from Valkyrie. That is very likely going to do it. If I were Valkyrie, I'd just pull back and try not to get staggered. And there is Welkin going down for Valkyrie. So they're still looking at a 5v6. Oh no! Pinaka too. This repeated stagger, they have to do something about it before B point. Maybe that's just get some kills, turn it into 5v5, 5v4, and maybe it's just hold back and regroup, which seems to be what they're thinking. Get some pressure out. Don't let them push back to your cart. Try to get, Oh, and grabbed DX Omega. Ow. Ow. I can feel that in my bones. Omega is able to make it out of there. Get back over to Pinaka. Get healed up. And this is actually leaving Valkyrie sort of out of position, having gone for the kill and failed. It's probably a lot worse than if they just tried to form up on the point to begin with. So that is Flight Risk taking a commanding lead. Ebby over here, fighting for his life. Honkshu fighting for Ebby's life too. Looks like Ebby's gonna be okay, backing up next to the Tricera. Icky kidnapping the Trike. Oh, Rifty not quite able to catch up in time for the counter grab. Valkyrie falling in, collapsing on it, trying to keep them alive. Successfully keeping that Tricera in there. And the sniper is able to use the situation to take out Makilja. They're collapsing on Avocato on cart.
Console C activates in 20
Cat
seconds.
staying on just long enough to trigger the countdown on C point. Ooh, but now it's Flight Risk's turn to get staggered with Ebihara going down. And it looks like Fred not having a very good time either.
Subtask. Capture console C before the
Yeah. And... oh no! Pinaka goes down for Valkyrie. Right as the point is starting. Even if they do manage to get this. Oh, never mind. Healer down on both sides. This is just gonna be a bloodbath, isn't it? No, Flight Risk able to get some heals off. Able to stop the bleeding. Looks like Tricera will live long enough for Honkshu's Pinaka to get in here. there's the bubble and the tether, and Avocado looks like he's gonna be just fine. And Ebihara getting some reverse, just to be safe. And Mr. Jake going down again. Just chased down by Sky Raider and Norn. I don't know if I'm just dumb or if it's just Pred being able to defy conventional wisdom, but that Sky Raider is really paying off. Ooh, and while I'm watching Sky Raider hunt down Norn, Flight Risk is taking a heck of a beating on their cart. Playing back a bit, trying not to commit too hard until the rest of the team's up. Then, oh, waited too long, got counter-grabbed. Some weird-ass geometry shenanigans, letting DX Omega survive that. It would not be the first time I've seen geometry shenanigans on Longman. Don't ask me why it's always Longman, but y'all must have the same experience. It is always Longman. Honkshu going down. Avocado does still have pretty much full HP, but gets displaced from the cart and murdered right quick. Nobody on a cart right now that is going to be to Flight Risk's advantage. Oh, and Rifty chasing down Ebihara. Somehow that felt really personal, looking at it. Trike putting a lot of hurt into Norn. They now have the same lock-on range, which is crazy. Heck of a fight going on over here for this cart, but Norn does go down while the fight is ongoing. Is Avocado able to survive this? Gets caught, and the wall messes with the lance. Avocado's certainly surviving longer than it looked like he would a moment ago. And getting healed up nicely. This is looking like it's probably game here.
Battle ends in 180 seconds.
Grabbed, but then counter-grabbed and killed. Just, Valkyrie throwing everything they have at it. And that is, Flight Risk taking the first set of Grand Finals. 3-0 over Valkyrie.
MVP.
Tricera's always got you covered. Count on it.
MVP, Avocado Tricera. Yeah. That's, an extra, what? Honkshu healing 1.5 times what, Mr. Jake did, which is likely mostly reflected off of having half the deaths, meaning a lot more uptime to be healing with. And the other damage numbers are looking pretty similar, so it seems like it's probably just the difference in the amount of healing coming out.
Just double checking
was
with
calling
you,
it.
are we allowing repeat maps since it's technically a new set, or no?
No, but there isn't going to be an adjustment to the random pool for the first game.
There is not?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
So the first map will be truly random, but Palm Bay, Longman, and Stella are not valid map selections. That does mean it would have been theoretically possible for us to see every map in a Grand Finals. Kitty decided we needed a screenshot of that. Looks like a couple of people need a moment to just restart the game, shake the bugs out. All of us who play this game knows exactly how that goes. I should take a second to double check Discord, make sure nothing was slowly on fire while I wasn't looking. Nope, looks like everything's good.
Boobs is asking to update the challenge, the bracket.
Oh. Yes. Yes. And it is updated. Looks like we're still waiting for everybody on flight risk to get back. I wish I had some fruit. I kind of want to eat some fruit right now. Oh. Okay, looks like flight risk is ready. So I wouldn't have time to get an apple, even if I had some.
Oh, there's time.
Proceed to ban striker.
Okay, we're looking at Babylon. Hopefully this goes differently from that one Babylon earlier. Oh, I'm real glad I wasn't streaming it. Not gonna blame a team for doing what they think will win, but, oof. Okay, and we're looking at a Tricera ban out of Flight Risk and a Norn ban from
Proceed to
Valkyrie.
select striker.
Norn ban was very much expected, Tricera ban very much not. I would really love to know the thought process there. Not saying it's necessarily a bad choice, I'm just very curious why it was made. Especially if you're running Mickey. Right, so, it looks like just everyone on Flight Risk playing their mains. I think everyone on Valkyrie also playing their mains. I'm not quite as familiar with Valkyrie's players. Oh, no, Avocado switching off of Falcon over to Elysinus. With Norn off the table, it might just be feeling like there isn't as much need for a Falcon. It can have some difficulty on these more closed maps that Babylon has.
Prepare to
Vibrous
engage.
is going to be very hard to
Objective.
kill.
Neutralize all
Looking at
hostile
this.
strikers and swiftly conclude
There's
the operation.
A lot of things that you'd normally think, I'm not going to make this the priority target because it's too difficult to kill. You've got the Lumi and the Welkin, and maybe the Nar. Oh wow, Mr. Jake's Lumi going down right away, as well as Honkshu's Lumi. We are just out here murdering poor little Lumis, aren't we? I'd ask what the Lumi did to you, but I know exactly what the Lumi did to you. And Evihar's Welkin going down as well. In exchange for Rifty's Prayer. This is just an absolute bloodbath off the bat. You do not have to worry about a boring bunker game here for sure. Putting some hurt into that Welkin, that might be the play they end up going for. Yep, taking out the Welkin. Omega's real low. And gets caught. Staying alive. Actually recovering from this. I guess using that Naru bubble to just get to disengage a little bit. Naru, on the other hand, is paying a price for playing this close in. Surviving it, though. And last HP is the only one that matters, right? Ebby trying to decline the Welkin fight, but they are trying to force it. Ebby is... the Welkin is probably the only easy kill on this team. And it does go down again, but Freyr is looking in a rough spot as well. And yet, they are able to take it down. You just cannot run away from Pred. He'll catch you eventually.
Assist.
And losing Mikilja while they're trying to get this Welkin. Game is currently 4-4. And they take down Sky Raider.
Enemy down.
Sky Raider and Alley is now 6-4 in favor of Valkyrie. And while that Welkin is looking low, nothing else is. Feels like, oh no, the Lance got messed up. That was not worth the effort without the Lance working. Very, very unfortunate for DX Omega. But they do knock that Lumi out. It's gonna be very hard for LBV to survive in this situation. Yeah. Interesting little spot to go through. I didn't know that was there. Trading Rifty for Omega. Lumi is coming back onto the field. Valkyrie just needs to hold on another 20 seconds, or, of course, get one more kill. And looks like they did take down Ebby. Round 1 of the first game of the reset is going to Valkyrie.
The new round has begun.
Team's skirmishing a bit. They're going in hard on Ebby here. And that is a suit down for Picato, while Valkyrie Welkin is getting real low. Able to take out DX Omega's utility. There is no way that... Yeah, okay. So that is a trade, but Ebby is taking a lot of damage in exchange for it. Looks like... no Oxes for defense. That is it for Ebby. 2-1 for Valkyrie.
Double kill.
3-1 for Valkyrie with Lumina going down. That means no heals on the field for 20 seconds for flight risk. However, Cowboy Rifty is quite low. Goes down. The tether keeps Omega from being able to get any damage off of that grab, and Avocato goes down 4-2 in Valkyrie's favor. Oh dear, that was an unfortunate time to redline. Able to get out of there, but no Ox, no HP. This is rough. It is now 6-2 for Valkyrie as they take down both Welkin and Lumina at the same time. Seeing that Serenith alive a lot. Has it died at all? No deaths on the Serenith. That would normally be considered one of the easier kills, but I guess Please No Bully's been able to just not be killable. Does get grabbed by Omega, but able to just slip away with Ox 2. And that is it. Valkyrie taking the TDM very decisively. Taking game 1 of the reset.
Useless to run when Falcon has eyes on you.
Yeah. A lot of deaths on Ebihara without him being able to put out enough damage either. That seems to have mostly been what decided it. Seems like Ebihar does have a complaint about the map selection rule for resets, but something you should have figured out ahead of time. The rules have been posted. Millennium, that's incorrect. The new set is starting fresh. So it's not 3-3. It's 1-0 in the final match. It looks like Flight Risk is taking us to Poseidon. Looks like no subs from Flight Risk. Valkyrie ready. Waiting on a confirmation from Flight Risk, it looks like. Taking Norn off the table again. Pretty sensible. And taking out Serenith, also a very standard ban for this map. Looking at Welkin, Lumi, Ali, Hell, Mickey, and Sky Raider off of Flight Risk. Pretty much exactly what I'd expect with Norn taken off the table. Then Frere, Falcon, Inferno, Tricera, Welkin, and Jake probably just deciding between the Lumi or the Tricera for this. Looks like they're going with Lumi. No last minute changes. This is what we're going with.
Prepare to engage.
Objective: seize data nodes and gain control of the facility.
Valkyrie moving in first, taking that inside position. Oh, or rather, hanging out at the very outside of the inside position.
Activates in 10 seconds. Node A activated. Seize immediately.
Bunch of back and forth. Not able to team up with anyone on that grab on Frere, but Frere's still looking very unhealthy. Flight Risk taking a point. While Frere disengaging here, getting some heals. Wants to be nice and healthy when side points come up. Going over there, get a side. Then also making a push at B. Doesn't really seem like a very serious push, more of a stalling action. Just every moment you have where they're not capping the point is a bigger lead for you. but maybe they'll get it. Over on this side, no, C is looking just fine. Heavy. Defending A. Not much to see there, it don't look like.
Enemy down.
And still, Valkyrie not able to get B point. Are they going to be able to 3-cap here? Yes, Flight Risk getting a 3-cap. Welkin just a little bit too late. Probably could have stopped that with a flashbang or a bazooka. But probably didn't think it needed to.
Node B captured by enemy.
And that is Valkyrie getting their B point. But they're behind almost 350 points when they do finally get their point. That is a difficult hole to crawl out of. Gives Flight Risk a lot of leeway if they do lose one of these. Heavy playing pretty passive, understanding that his job right now isn't to kill them, it's to just watch the point. Having a very bad time from Frere going on there, though. Lumi tossing out a couple drones to block the cap, tossing out another drone to get a kill. Ali defending point. I'm assuming Hell get Hell over it. C doing Hell things. Over at B, Lumi being a little pit stop, letting people come in, get heals, go back out. But now pushing out, looks like they're making a big concerted push toward A. That's not the view I wanted. This one. Yeah. They're taking a little bit of a risk with B point here, but they have to take at least a little bit of a risk if they want to get this A. They can't afford to be playing too passively, especially as we're closing in on the point where now they cannot win without a 3-cap. LBD doing a masterclass in how to stay alive as Welkin, but even without killing the Welkin, just keeping it occupied, though, that is a lot going on over at C. Flight Risk is slowly losing the fight over here, it looks like, but yes, and they do take it, but Valkyrie needs a 3-cap to win here. Flight Risk can just hold the 2, or just hold the 1, and the game is still theirs. That Inferno is one smack from dead. And there it goes. But now Falcon is back. There is no way to cap while the Falcon is looking at you as a Welkin, but... Oh, and while I wasn't looking, Flight Risk took B. This is over.
Double kill.
Really, really well played from Flight Risk, ending it with the 3 cap just for the style points.
MVP.
Elizabeth making waves.
Damage numbers were similar. Kill count wasn't that one-sided. Okay, actually, it was pretty one-sided. Uh, so it looks like Valkyrie was just not able to convert that damage into kills. And on top of that, didn't really seem to be able to use that Tricera to apply cap pressure the way they would have really wanted to. Okay, we are now 1-1 in the reset. It is Valkyrie's choice of map. Remaining maps are Graceland, Krob, Misra, Vigil. I feel like there should be another one. Really feel like there should be another one that I'm blanking on. Okay, Valkyrie taking us to Graceland. Cape Blanc. Cape Blanc is the last one. Okay. Valkyrie ready? And still waiting on Flight Risk. Not surprising that they might want to talk things over a little, considering that Babylon did not go well for them.
Proceed to ban striker.
Okay, here we go. Flight Risk span. Taking out Falcon. Considering Brainhong's Falcon, that is a very good choice. And Valkyrie taking out
Proceed to
Norn
select striker.
would be actually criminal to leave Norn on the field in that situation. With no Falcon and a incredibly good Norn on the other team. And looks like we're seeing a Serenith out of Cheeselord this time instead of the Narukami. And I think that's the only difference in their comp since the last one. Well, I think I'm getting another visual error, because that is the funniest looking Pinaka I've ever seen.
I don't see a Panaka on either team.
Yeah, I saw Lumi, but labeled as Pinaka.
Oh.
It was locked into Lumi when they locked in. Oh, Brainhong switching to Stego. That's not gonna be so much fun playing into a Serenith. They'll have to try to do their best to keep that Serenith dead.
Prepare to engage.
Certainly did not work out very well for Gamba.
Objective: neutralize all hostile strikers and safeguard Sky City.
Bunch of poking back and forth. Nothing too much happening just yet. Just eating away at those fluids. Getting Stego and Mickey nice and dehydrated. Oh, that is a lot of hurt coming into DX Omega. Now they are chasing him. I'm not sure that was a good decision on their part. And now Ebby is in the mix. Rifty is very low though, while Ebby had to take a long burn of Ox 3. Has good HP, good fluids right now. He can just not get hurt too much until that Ox 3 comes back, but 2 seconds and Ox 3, he's safe. And there goes Rifty. Now, with the Mickey down, suddenly Omega is a lot more threatening since there's no way to get the counter box or counter grab, but that wasn't even what did it. It was just a whole bunch of damage coming in. Omega making it out alive. Probably going to be able to heal up on this one.
Assist.
And that's LBV's Welkin going down with the question mark, question mark, question mark? Maybe lagged off the map? Going back to... Oh! Big grab on Serenith. Able to get that interrupted, though. That could have been very, very unfortunate for Cheeselord here. Ebby taking a lot of hurt, needed another pretty long burn. But Rifty almost down again. Not a whole lot of kills. It is definitely possible to get 3 kills in 50 seconds, but I don't see the 3 kills on the table right now.
Enemy down.
And that makes 4. Oh no. Oh no. Did you fall? I think Brain Hong got knocked off and couldn't find a way back up. And now with the stagger, Valkyrie is starting to fall apart. Thankfully, scores doesn't carry over between rounds, so the next round starts with a clean slate. And one more kill at the last second of the timer.
The new round has begun.
Oh wow, massive amounts of damage that have been coming out from Fred. Poking around right now, just trying to look for that chance to push in. Both of the Mickeys, it seems like, trying to find a grab that everyone else can go on, and DX Omega is the one getting grabbed. Able to make it out of there, though. And getting a counter grab on Rifty, taking him into the corner, getting... Ooh, that spin plus the energy missile, but the energy missile, it was also hitting Ebby there. Seems like they were able to just follow it up with enough damage. Ooh, and that is Serenith going down too. But they do at least manage to secure the kill on Rifty, but DX Omega is not able to make it away afterward. Right now, Flight Risk just needs to stall things out a little bit and let their people get back alive. Welkin fight going on, neither Welkin getting too much accomplished, but LBV now actually taking a ton of damage. This is... And no ox for 7 seconds, yeah, that is it. It is now 3-2, still in Valkyrie's favor. 3-3, it is tied up. And Rifty is grabbed, eating a lot of hurt, but when it's not a kill on a Mickey and it gets those complex shields back up, it is still a long way from dead. Oh boy. Shoot! No! 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 Not like that! Oh. Oh, that was tragic. That was an absolute tragedy.
Enemy down.
Oh. And losing Ebiharo without the heals on the table because of that. Looks like the, that is some Gracelyn shenanigans. That LPV does go down eventually, but the extra time it took to kill was enough that Cheeselord wasn't getting back up.
Round ends in 60 seconds.
Abby eating a lot of hurt. Oh, and that's Avocat going down. Serenith coming back in, and that is round going to Valkyrie.
The new round has begun.
Okay. Valkyrie taking the inside. Unsurprisingly, when they're running the Ultra Heavy. But Stego does not get nearly as much value from being inside as a... Oh, and that is Lumi going down. Ow. And that's about to be it for Stego, too, huh? Or maybe not. Surviving a lot longer than I thought it would. But it does go down in exchange for Ebihara. But now Rifty is looking real low. Trading Omega for LBV, and now they do finally secure Rifty. This is going to be a pretty uphill battle for Valkyrie right here.
Optical camo drone will soon go offline. Autopilot can help disengage.
Oh, and Serenith getting sniped by Serenith. You have no right to complain. You to do it too. No radar on deck to deal with the smoke, but it's not as though flight risk is under a whole lot of pressure right here. And that is Stego going down. Just one more kill from flight risk, though there is still time, at least, for Valkyrie to turn this around if they can figure out how to get their formation back in order. Tries to be sneaky off the side of the map, but that Serenith radar means you cannot hide.
MVP.
Skyraider's bombs leave no blind spot.
Okay, that is now flight risk leading 2-1 over Valkyrie. One more win and they will take it. Oh wow, look at that Sky Raider damage. And that Serenith damage. Sky Raider and Serenith. Stego is not going to be having a very good time. It is now Valkyrie's choice of map. They can choose between Kate Blanc, Krob, Misra, and Vigil. Seems like they chose Misra. Okay. Ebby is calling for a 5-minute break. They are permitted to. Hmm. Uh, Yeah. Oops. Let's not with that. Especially with this being an all ages stream. Let's just not. Thanks. Okay. Ebihara is back. Looks like Valkyrie does need to do a sub. Oh. Looks like they did it already. Valkyrie is ready, and we are waiting on flight risk. Tara is back, but potentially one of the other members stepped away. Oh, they are ready.
Proceed to ban Striker.
Misra flight risk banning Tricera. They just do not want to deal with that. And Valkyrie banning Norn like they always do. It's just always the correct decision for them. considering the Norns that they've been playing against. While getting fairly traditional team out of Flight Risk. Falcon, Mickey, Serenith, Ali, Lumi, Welkin. Pretty well-rounded. Pred probably on Falcon over Sky Raider, mostly just for that radar when the sandstorm comes up. Then full cap power of Serenith, Welkin, and resuiting Elysinus actually. Plus Mickey to do a taxi if the person who grabs it is low on HP or doesn't have their defensive auxes. Then Valkyrie is showing Mickey, Falcon, Serenith, Welkin, but then a Pinaka over a Lumi, which is, I think, kind of questionable considering how light and mobile the team is. What is that last one? I can't see it yet. Hell. Okay. Hell to bring in extra cat power. I can see wanting the Pinaka with the Hell to help it survive. Help it survive. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I do think if there's a competitive, it's going to be taking that Pinaka over the Lumi.
Objective: secure and submit keys to the central launch site. Key generates at point A in 60 seconds.
Doing some poking at a distance. Getting a little hurt in on that Welkin and that Pinaka. Ooh, Pinaka is not looking happy in there. Able to get away, but it's burned pretty much the whole bubble. Half HP. This is not... Yeah, that is Pinaka going down. The closest thing the Pinaka has to an anchor here is gonna be that Hell, which is not particularly beefy. They do trade it for the Serenith, which will mean no Serenith right away at the cap, but A point is going to be the hardest one for Serenith to cap to begin with. And Hell doing a transform at pretty low HP. Getting healed up, sitting back, trying to get something, but ooh, that is a bunch of hurt coming in behind it. And yep, that is Hell going down. Serenith is in here. No Aux 2 for another 5 seconds or so. Then could attempt to cap, but I don't know if it would be worth trying to just yet. Not without something else taken down. Honkshu. Been pretty unhappy, but able to get a peel. Able to slip out of there, get healed up. Point is still mostly stalling. Going for the cap, getting cut by Ebihara.
Key generates at point B in 30 seconds.
Flight Risk not able to get that cap either. Point B coming up pretty soon, no one moving out for it quite yet, though I expect we'll see both Falcons going off that way. Avocados! Ali going down. DX Omega looking pretty low HP. B point is up any second now, and nobody seems to be on it. Is Valkyrie gonna get that? No! Fred does make it there in time. DX Omega going down. Please no bully, looking like... Oh, cut at the last second. Good play from Cheeselord there. They do lose Ebihara in the fighting over it, though. Which is putting Flight Risk at a pretty severe disadvantage on this point. With both the Hell and the Pinaka, A point is going to just always be very difficult for Flight Risk here. Serenith makes it out. They still have a full Ox 2, did not need to use it for, That's a friendly box. Why are you in a friendly box? Burning Ox 2 to get the cap in.
Key generates at point C in 30 seconds.
It might have made more sense to just give it up and do a full send onto B. Ooh, that lance hurt, but that's gonna be Hell going down in just a moment here.
Key generated at point C.
Oh, but it looks like they're losing Ebby as well. Was able to get a drone off, but not on the right one. Grabbed by the taxi. Ooh, ungrabbed by the taxi. That is a clean intercept. And that's DX Omega going down behind C point. And the next one is going to be A. Flight Risk really has to get this C point.
Key generates at point A in 30 seconds. Warning! You are leaving the combat zone.
Oh. Cheeselord not looking too good right here.
Enemy down.
And that is Cheeselord going down. But Ebby is back in here, able to
At point
contest on this C point, not let it get taken.
A. Obtaining key.
But grabbed, and they're still able to hold this off. Avocado going pretty hard in on that Pinaka. Has to be mindful of that resuit timer. Just has to stay alive another 20 seconds to get that full suit back. Oh, and just barely not able to break box in time, and probably dying for it anyway. That is... Oh, with the storm coming in, Avocado is fine.
Enemy down.
Did not resuit in time. Got taken out by the Falcon with radar up.
Key generates at point B. in
Oh,
30 seconds.
that was tragic. Serenith down for Valkyrie. Allie coming back up. But they lose DX Omega here. That is going to be very difficult for them. Are Okay, so there are both Falcons out here, it looks like. They're going to be
Obtaining key.
keeping that point pretty clear. Looks like Rifty abandoning that, trying to head back inside.
Warning. Enemy secure key. Intercept
Oh,
now.
and they get big B point. That is probably going to do it.
Core's key density returned to normal. Core's Soulstorm ended.
Trying to find the person with the key over here. It was Serena. And barely surviving long enough to finish off that turn in. We are now 2-2 in the Grand Finals reset. The last game will decide it on Cape Blanc, Krog Sinkhole, or Vigil Imbrium. The choice
Welcome ain't
goes
something to
to
mess
Flight
with.
Risk. And I guess I was proven completely wrong about that Panaka pick, huh? Shows what I know. Top line numbers looking mostly similar, except for Rifty doing a ton more damage than DXO was able to. Oh, considering DXO died an extra 3 times, and that could very well be the Lumi Pinaka difference right there. I'm not sure what you mean, Eyes. Pinaka died 5 times. And Flight Risk deciding to take us to Krog. Considering how well they did on Poseidon, that certainly makes a lot of sense as a choice. Let's see if they decide to change up any members coming in here. Okay, Valkyrie is ready, waiting on flight risk. And this last game that's going to decide it for who gets the bigger share of this $736.50 pot. Here we go.
Proceed to ban striker.
Valkyrie with first ban, banning Norn. I am shocked to see a Norn ban coming from Valkyrie. I'm gonna be interested looking at the stats to see if they banned anything else this entire tournament. Flight risk,
Proceed to select striker.
taking out the Tricera again. I'm guessing they're trying to force a Stego pick here. And it looks like they're getting that Stego pick. That's, well, it's on a 120-second delay, so even if they could hear me tell them, there's nothing they can do about it. And, I can't see what Ebby's going, but I am assuming that's gonna be Welkin.
Yes.
I could see an argument for running Aquila, but I don't think they would try mixing things up at this stage.
Yeah, I feel like comfort picks are probably what's needed right now.
Yeah, tournament point is not generally when people are deciding to experiment. Very similar picks, except one side has a Falcon and one side has a Stego. And, I'm really not sure about that Stego. Oh, and we are also looking at Lumi on Flight Risk and Panaka on Valkyrie. In this case, I think having the Panaka to go with the Stego would make a lot more sense than a Lumi for them, while a Lumi for Flight Risk makes sense with their composition.
Prepare to engage.
Panaka is also going to do just a bit better on Krob than on Poseidon, as the map is a little bit smaller. Easier for your Panaka to get to you, easier for you to get to your Panaka.
Node A activates in 10 seconds.
Fred just unloading into that Stego.
Node A activated. Seize immediately.
Point is up. Is Cat going for it yet, or deciding to hold off a bit? Deciding to hold off. They want to get a kill, reduce the pressure before risking a Cat. However, Valkyrie does just go for it with Please No Bully, grabbing that Cap. We are already very clearly not seeing a repeat of Poseidon. Mr. Jake dropping down and getting killed. There's no healer on Valkyrie's side, and there is somebody who really needs healing in that Stego.
Nodes B and C activated.
Looks like they are abandoning the
Captured.
push for A, however, just to make sure they can get one side point. Which they might not be able to get here. if anything, this is going the opposite as the beginning of Krav, but yeah, not able to interrupt that. And that is Rifty going down. Abby and the rest of Flight Risk making a bit of a play for Seed there, but... And easily collecting A. That is now 2 points for Flight Risk. And Valkyrie is going to need to take a play. Make a play. I am tired.
Enemy down.
Got that Stego doing artillery support. Ooh. Stunned and murdered, but still alive! With a fraction of an HP. Getting a lot of fluid armor back thanks to that move off. Hiding out for...
Capturing data node.
And I think Rex is gonna die for this. Able to get out with the... Though they are able to take a point back while this is going on. And a point switching hands again.
Captured.
And again. There's gonna be a whole lot of caps on the scoreboard by the end of this one, I think. I suppose Serenith, Welkin, Hell, all on the table. You're gonna be getting a lot of caps happening. A lot of back and forth. Putting a wall down, make it easier, potentially, to cap. Some good hell damage coming out, but while I wasn't paying attention, Flight Risk lost their healer. That is not good. Really nice reflector drone placement right above those walls to keep them from accomplishing much of anything. Just wanted to point that out. Very smart positioning there. And DX Omega goes down, but it is still a 3-cap situation. Heavy hanging back, deciding to...
Node C.
Oh, no. Probably could have fast fall on top, but might have just fast fallen into mines anyway, and that the third point is less important than your life. Just getting out of there is the smart thing to do, for sure. Going for that hell. Going for, I think, possibly just racking up some damage on those stupid walls. No Ox 3, though, so, maybe does need to be a little bit careful here. Ooh, and is that a dead hell? That is close to a dead hell. That is indeed a dead hell. They need to keep an eye out for Serenith, but not having the hell significantly reduces the chance that Valkyrie is going to be able to get this. Yeah. Looking at this, Stego is just not able to put in work the way a Tricera would on this map. The Trike ban, I think, was incredibly clever, baiting them into the Stego pick, which is just not as good on this map as it would have been on Poseidon. some damage coming in, but Valkyrie needs a 3 cap here. I do not see how they get it. This. Going for some cap with the Stego and the Mickey, throwing the bodies on point. Getting those mines down. They might be able to have this A. And then Welcome grabbing B, I guess that's their plan. There's no mines, and just the gas alone would be enough, but the rest of the team is able to fall in, and that is Flight Risk, taking it 3-2 in the reset over Valkyrie, making this their win. Very well played by both sides. Congratulations to both sides for finishing in the money, and extra congratulations to Flight Risk taking home their first victory in NSTC. Oh, that was a heck of a game. That was a heck of a set. Good games to both sides. Valkyrie, get some rest. You earned a good night's sleep on that one. And so, yes, that will be Flight Risk coming in first, Valkyrie coming in second, and Gamba Gamba coming in third. I'll be contacting team captains to get Maturino info from their members so that I can pay them out of this $736.50 prize pool. Thank you so much for those of you who contributed. Thank you Seizurific for $200. Thank you Exodus for $120. Thank you Hino for $50. Thank you Liquid for $12. Thank you Knight Erebus for $20. Thank you Honk Shu for $51. Presumably just to style on Hino there. And thank you Goat for $50. Thank you Stray for $15. Thank you Gale for $10. Thank you Trey for $128.30, getting us to that funny number we had there going for a little bit. Thank you Mal for $301, which was what brought us up to $700. And thank you Soletta for $36.50. Thank you, thank you, thank you everyone who contributed. Thank you everyone who played. Thank you so much to Seizurific, Falcon, and Care for helping out with organizing and reffing. If we tried to do this without you, it would take 10 hours, is what I would like to say, but probably closer to 12 or 14. And yes, thank you to everyone who watched, so that I get to have all of this fun casting instead of just shouting at my cats.